Hello, this is the Ashley Corinne, also known as Corinne Wednesday, broadcasting to you live from the hysterectomy of the revolution. And I use that term flippantly. I've been a little histrionic lately. And this is another Manic Pixie dream vlog. And so it's going to be quite scatterbrained, but I want to talk about, for now, because I want to talk about feminism, but I want to talk about the origins of the word hysteria. So when people are like, "Oh, you're hysterical. You're hysterical. Come on, calm down. You're just being hysterical. You need a sedative." Oh, I feel much better now. So, hysteria, the term hysteria, comes from Latin, I believe. Latin roots when it comes to the woman's what do you call it? Her sexual organs. Not necessarily her vagina, but her uterus. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. That's why, people say that someone's being histrionic. And here's a little interesting factoid. Back in the days, and this is fucking hashtag me too. Back in the days, when a male psychologist or psychiatrist, and this is back in the days. This is, hopefully this doesn't happen now, except for in certain religious circles. It was like, the term hysteria, they thought that women were being hysterical because of their sex organs, and so obviously the doctor had to massage those sex organs, which makes sense. Hashtag me too. But I want to talk about, so that's interesting. Look it up. Look up the fucking origins of the term hysteria. But I want to talk about feminism. And I know I look like shit. I don't fucking care. I was working hard, spreading the word of the goddess. I'm still recovering. But when it comes to feminism, I always considered myself a feminist. And lowercase f, because I like when I heard of like third wave feminism, not to talk shit on the third wave feminists, but when I heard of third wave feminism, I was like, what? There was a second wave? I'm not an academic feminist, I'll tell you that much. I'm a what I call myself is I'm a classical feminist, so I believe that women shouldn't be subjugated by men, and that's at least my base definition of feminism. But I was listening to Rush Limbaugh. I know. I have my guilty pleasures. But I was listening to Rush Limbaugh yesterday, and there was this woman who called in. And so if you don't listen to Rush Limbaugh, and I grew up on Rush Limbaugh, he has this term called feminazi, and which is like his sort of, if you will, the chauvinism is just fucking bleeding out of his fucking face. But it's his pet term for feminists. And he also said, and I want to say something that fucking pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off. He said that the only reason why feminism came to prominence is so that ugly women could have equal footing with attractive women. In case you're watching, if you're a kid, that is not true. And if you're watching and if you're a kid, Rush Limbaugh is a chauvinist, which is different than a misogynist. I was thinking about this, and there's actually a difference. You know, a misogynist, by definition, is someone who hates women, usually a man, but I suppose you could be a female misogynist. A chauvinist is a man who thinks that men are better than women, so sort of a male supremacist, if you will. And Rush, fuck himself, Limbaugh, is a chauvinist. He's a chauvinist pig. He is if you look up the term chauvinist pig in the dictionary, which no one does anymore because they just Google it. But if you look up the term chauvinist pig in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of Rush Limbaugh with this fat fucking smug face. But I was listening to his show yesterday, and it really made me sick. Well, Rush Limbaugh, see, I'll say this about Rush Limbaugh. He's a very talented broadcaster, and I can't fault him for that. But he's a chauvinist pig. And he's indicative of what's wrong with males in America. And I'm not saying you're a fucking white male. He is a fucking white male, and there's a whole other political conversation to be had with that. But you know, but with feminism, I will proudly say that I'm a feminist. And yes, the patriarchy is a real thing. And in the waning seconds I have here, what, 8:23, 8:24? The patriarchy is a real thing. And it's basically a male-structured power center. Or, sorry, I said that bad. It's early. A male-centered power structure. And this is what I would say to all the girls out there, and guys too, anyone, is, you know, I'm against authoritarianism, whether it's a patriarchy or a matriarchy or any other sort of archy, because the archy, so patriarchy, the archy in it comes from archon, the Greek archon, the powers, male power, which is sort of like, it's not like male power, yeah, I have a penis and I'm proud of it. It's not that. It's, you know, it's about exerting the archy part of it is about exerting power over another person. And that's bad whether it's male or female or whatever. Anyways, peace out.